The original 1972 Last House on the Left might be one of the most disturbing movies I have ever seen. Welcome back everyone to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day, because I am, until I have to talk about this movie. So I've seen The Last House on the Left, the original 1972 one. And to me, I'm trying to make it so this channel is just, I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about all kinds of movies, disturbing movies I've seen, superhero movies, everything movie related. I even want to talk about just random things about movies. But I need to talk about this one. I've seen this one. I was going to do a Wes Craven director movie rank video. I really have wanted to do that. And then I saw this. And I felt so uncomfortable watching this movie, to the point where I just was like, I'm not feeling watching any more of his movies, because I know the next one he has on here is the Hills Have Eyes, and I was like, I don't know if I can go from this to that, because in my mind, I mean, you guys can hate on me if you want, but most of the movies I'm familiar with from him is Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream. So to me, that's kind of the movies I expected, is that kind of horror. But the way that he does these horror movies is just so bleak, and I think it's good, but it's also, man. So The Last House on the Left is, well, these two teenage girls are going out to a party, and well, one of them was her parents are the last house on the left. Simple enough. And they go out to a party, and this movie is so just, for what, it's bad. It's a bad movie. That's all I have to say to begin with. I understand the whole point of this movie of what it's trying to do, but I feel like it was just so bad. I did not once was like, oh yeah, I understand the meaning behind this movie, because it's just really bleak. In the 70s, there was a really big thing of like revenge movies. I guess it was a really big thing, which I did not know, which is good to know now, but I did not know that. So going into this movie, I expected bleakness. You never ever felt like there was hope in this kind of movie. So like I said, you start off with these two teenage girls, and they are going to a concert. As they are going to the concert, you hear on the radio about a bunch of serial killers that broke out, which is fine. I mean, it's a good start to the movie. To me, in my head, like I said, I've never heard anything about The Last House on the Left. I actually thought it was like a slasher, but I didn't know it came out in the 70s. And so when I heard that, I was like, ooh, I wonder what it's gonna be about. And then I hear that, and I was like, oh, okay. Going into it, so you have these two girls who are like, oh, let's get some grass, brother. Let's get high as a kite going into this, which makes sense. I mean, it's the 70s, whatever. So they meet this Afro dude named Junior, who is, well, a drug addict, and they ask him if he has any drugs. He's like, yeah, up in my hotel room. And it's like, for one, it's just weird that these girls are just willing to go up there. But it's like, it was during the 70s, which I've been getting into a lot of like murder mystery like kind of podcasts, and it's just so wild how people were during that time. A lot of these things that were happening before the stuff happened, I was like, all right, yeah, this kind of makes sense. Also, I have to mention this, but there's a scene where the dad sees his daughter, and he like tugs her shirt and mentions she's not wearing a bra, which is so uncomfortable. I was like, oh, why would you say this? We gotta get going. But so then, of course, this group of three dudes and a woman are like, no, we're gonna keep him there. And the scene ends by them just pulling him down, and I don't know what that, I mean, I feel like we all know what that meant. And it goes to the cops. This movie does a thing where it's like, the cops are idiots, so this is the comic relief kind of guys. And then you have the dark, disturbing scenes, and it does not meld together. Like, the cops are like, they play weird music, and the cops are just idiots. It was just so bad. And of course, the parents are wondering what happened to their daughters. Then we get back to the daughters and these killers, and the car breaks down, and the killers are off in the woods with these girls, raping them. They're doing a lot of things to them that you don't want to see. And it's not just like the guys are doing it, like the woman that's with them is doing it too. And it's so, they get to a scene where the woman's doing things to these girls, and it's just like, oh. And the worst part is, like I said, it bounces right back to the cops just being idiots. And it's like, I get what you're trying to do. You're really trying to like relieve the tension of how disturbing this is, but it just does not work. It does not work at all. So me going into it, it's just awful. Of course, you have the drug addict that doesn't do any of this, and one of the girls leave. Her name's Phyllis. Phyllis leaves. Like, she hits one of them in the head, and she runs off. So everyone chases after her besides Junior and Mary. Those are the only two that are left. And Mary tries to convince Junior, let me go, let me go. And Junior's like, no, I can't, or I will get killed and all that. So of course, Phyllis dies, gets brutally murdered, and they all come back, and Krung, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know, he's a terrible character, but he does some terrible things to Mary that we all had to witness. That was just awesome. I love seeing that. Yeah, right. Mary gets up and she starts walking away after, and it's just so gut-wrenching. It made me so uncomfortable. And in my head, I was like, I hope Mary just comes back and kills you. I want her to kill him. And the sad truth is, she goes into the lake and they shoot her and kill her. That was really upsetting. I was so upset when I saw that. I don't know, like I said, I didn't really know what I was getting into watching this movie. So when I saw that, I felt so empty. So when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. So then this group finds the last house on the left, which is Mary's parents, and Mary's parents figure out that these are the killers are looking for. They set up traps, and the mom kills Fred in a very smart way. I support it. It was awesome. Even all that happened, like the parents doing their revenge to these killers were still just so disturbing. It wasn't very good. It was dragged out. It was just not a very good movie. And this movie is like an hour and 20 minutes, but it does not feel like it. I literally thought this movie was like an hour long. And clearly the whole purpose of this movie was to make it disturbing. It's super low budget, but the acts of this movie is what makes it so haunting. It makes me think of when I watched I Spit on Your Grave, which I might do a review of that. I think I Spit on Your Grave, the whole point of that, there's like a whole 45-minute scene of stuff going on to this one girl. But I think that movie is just way better. You get the revenge part of that movie, yes, but I think just in general, it's just a better movie. This movie is just like characters that we don't hardly know anything about. We're gonna do this movie, and that was it. So it was really unsettling. If I had to give this movie a rating, I actually give this movie a 1 out of 5. Not in the aspect of what the movie is about. It's not that. I just think how it went about it was really bad. I just think this movie was just a really bad movie. The characters were not very good, and that's the thing, like Wes Craven has really good memorable characters that a lot of people remember, and I don't think that's the point of this movie. I think he just wanted to make a really disturbing movie to make a quick buck. That's just me personally. And then you had the guy who helped create Friday the 13th, Sean Cunningham, was involved in this movie, so that's my guess, is they're both like, let's just make a quick dollar. Because that's kind of what Sean Cunningham kind of did throughout his whole career, is just trying to make a quick buck. Because, I mean, he did rip off Halloween, and then not because of him, he made Slasher really popular. That's my guess. I could be totally wrong, but who knows? But yes, this movie was a 1 out of 5. It was just not a good movie at all. I did not enjoy this movie nearly as much as I thought I would. But yeah, it's weird because I do see a lot of people are like, oh yeah, this movie was really fun and stuff. I'm like, I don't really like this movie. So yeah, if you guys made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate it. What did you guys think of the 1972 Last House on the Left? Did you guys enjoy it or did you guys not enjoy it? I would love to know down below what you guys think. And of course, stay safe, everyone.